Just that, we found a way. You know, you get down 9 on the road against a really good team, a really well-coached team, and most times that's not going to work out so well. And especially with 6 minutes, I think we were down 9 with 6 minutes. And the fact that we found a way to stay together and grind out a win, we needed that, and I'm glad for the guys.
What did you see from Ben's offense tonight?
You know, Ben had a down game for most of the game, but when you look at his stat line at the end of it, he still ends up a +3. And I thought the specific plays that he and Joel hooked up with, where Ben, you know, was sort of creeping behind the backboard and sneaking around when somebody would lose vision of him, I love that. Like those two guys hooking up with each other for big baskets. And I think that he competed. He played hard, and it wasn't statistically one of his, you know, best games. But like I say, to play the volume of minutes, to end up with a +3, and for him to help us get that win on the road, that's a good night.
Joel seemed pretty sharp and then steady from the start. I mean, did you have any sense of what you were going to get out of him going into tonight? Did you have any sense of what he might be able to give you?
I didn't. I would not have expected him to play as well as he played or as many minutes as he played when I just sort of felt his body language at the start of the game. You know, he's candid with me. We talk freely. And it just didn't feel like, you know, you're going to get that type of energy. I think he was concerned, you know, about his health. And contrary to sort of that feeling, you end up looking at the end of the game and the stat line he produced, he obviously was massive.
Did anything change in that final 6 minutes there? Kind of the stretch, that run that you guys went on to tie the game with about 2 minutes left?
I mean, we've been living in this look with JJ and Ben and Joe, and it's our crunch time package, and you know, we do different things out of it, but I thought they executed that really well. You know, at the end, I thought they did a good job of finding Joel on that duck and play to send it into overtime. Joe made the 2 free throws. JJ came out and hit a massive 3-point shot, you know, after we came out of a timeout, which was crucial. And that, to me, was the tipping point of when things started to turn. We were down 9, you know, 6 minutes left. He hits that big 3, and I thought the execution that our guys were able to show during crucial parts of the game enabled us to get the win.
With the turnovers and ball security being what it was, I mean, do you just like keep telling them to hang in there, or what was the message?
I mean,
to fight
it is so frustrating. You know, all right, Jamal. See you, man. It's so frustrating because you know, they play their hearts out, and you just keep squirting the ball around the gym. And you know, you end up looking at the stat line halfway through the game, 3/4 of the way through the game. It's like, oh, 51% from the floor, oh, 80 whatever percent from the line, 36 or 37 from the 3, and we're down 7. You know, and so like the dots don't connect, and you immediately just zoom in on the turnovers. And it's part of having a young team. It's part of playing fast. But at the end of the day, unless we can fix this, we're not going to get where we want to go. And it's stuff that we've said on day 2 when we walked into a room. And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But that we were lucky to get out of it with a win when you have that many turnovers.
What do you think about Rashawn's performance at the 4 start?
I mean, when you don't have Robert and you're not really completely sure about TJ, and then you're playing the Timberwolves with Butler and so on, we opted to go big ball. And, you know, move Dario down to a 3, slide Rashawn into that starting 4 spot. And I thought Keithy was really good. And I think Trevor is good. And I thought Amir was good. I like our 5 bigs a lot. I really like our 5 bigs a lot. They're mobile, they get toughness. But what it does is you're not going to play 5 bigs. And so inevitably what it does is you sort of like kick Dario down to the 3 to create space. Now, the ripple effects on other players exist when you do that. But I thought Rashawn, to your point, had big energy, big bounce, and helped us a lot.
What did you make of what you guys were able to do with Towns? It seemed like in maybe the second half he had some moments, but overall maybe not his most efficient. performance?
I mean, he's so good. He just can score and impact a game in so many ways. You know, I felt like we did okay. I never really felt like we did great. And I haven't even seen the stat line on it. You know, he ended up playing, look at that, played, I think, 48 minutes, you know, like he really logged some time tonight. But I thought we did okay. I still think he's an amazing player, like truly one of the league's great players.